The main cause of illegal work is poverty. Parents have no choice but to have their children work beside them. It's that or starvation, both for them and for their children. So something as simple as a raise in the income of families would result in a drastic drop in child labor, since children would no longer have to work to survive. And another cause of slavery is HIV/AIDS. As I mentioned earlier, it kills the principal moneymakers in a family and leaves the rest to fend for themselves, to provide for themselves as best as they can. Next slide. So I'm probably overwhelming you with information by now, so I'll just say that these are 6 easily preventable diseases and how much each kills every year. Together, these 6 preventable diseases kill 2.5 million children every year. Again, more than half of New Zealand's population. So imagine if a simple disease like measles or diarrhea killed. That's what happens there because families simply can't afford even the simplest of medications. A cure for measles costs $1. But in Africa, measles kills 40% of those it infects because those families just don't have enough money to take away from providing food for themselves to buy medicine. Next slide. I've probably made all these problems seem insurmountable, but they're not. As they say, every little helps. You can save lives by giving just a little money. But what will your money do? Well, it costs 50 cents to $1 a day to feed a child in Africa. An effective malaria medication costs $11. Or a bed net to stop mosquito bites and thus malaria costs $13. A kilogram of iodine for water purification costs $16. A cure for malaria costs $1. Save the Children can support a child for a month with $20. Or a cure for diarrhea costs $4.35. So these taken into account, with $100 you can buy 7 bed nets for families in Africa to protect them from malaria, cure 100 children of measles, cure 9 people of malaria, cure 2 people of blindness due to cataracts, support a child in Africa for 5 months, buy 6 kilograms of iodine for a village that needs clean water, or cure 23 people of diarrhea which might kill them. Or if $100 is a bit too much, Save the Children can do all these things with $10. Next slide. Next slide. So we know what our money can do. The question is, who should I give it to? I'm going to talk about 3 different major organizations and what they do. So first up is Oxfam. This large organization helps fight malnutrition and provides medicine and clean water to villages that need it. They also work on the issues of climate change, education, gender injustice, and HIV/AIDS. And finally, Oxfam works on making trade between large-scale corporations and individual producers fair. Because a lot of the time what happens is that, for example, a woman in Africa weaves a basket and then sells it to a corporation for 5 cents. Then the corporation sells it for $10. So obviously that's unfair. So Oxfam works on making the interaction between the small-scale producers and the large-scale corporations more fair. And next is Save the Children, which I've already mentioned a few times. They're currently working on a campaign called the 1,000 First Days, which works on providing sufficient nutrition in the first 1,000 days of a child's life, which is extremely important because if you don't receive enough food in the first 3 years of your life, you can end up with bone or muscle defects or even brain damage. And Save the Children also campaigns against child abuse and for child education, and they fight HIV/AIDS and malnutrition. Finally, we have Doctors Without Borders. This organization of doctors provides emergency aid to countries hit by catastrophes, such as civil wars, floods, and other natural disasters. They also respond to disease epidemics. Doctors Without Borders has 22,000 medical staff working around the world on any given day. So it's up to you to choose which of these organizations you think would do what you most want with your money. And so that concludes my presentation. And yeah, the rest of the request is in my email, so I'm not going to do my normal conclusion. Thank you.